Good evening, my Real News Midday TV family. Welcome back to the channel for another news update. And in the news this evening, St. James man dies after motorcycle crash involving utility wires. A St. James man died on Friday after his motorcycle reportedly became entangled with wires from a utility pole, causing him to fall. The deceased has been identified as a 37-year-old Vidmer Lewis, otherwise called a Juggist, of Goodwill in St. James, the police say. Reports from the Adelphi police are that around 9:03 a.m., Lewis was riding along the main road when he got caught in the wires and was thrown from his motorcycle. He was knocked unconscious and later taken to the hospital by residents, where he was pronounced dead. Investigators are probing the circumstances surrounding the incident. Charred remains of 80-year-old found after St. Elizabeth fire. The St. Elizabeth police and the fire authorities are investigating the death of an 80-year-old man from Silo, whose charred remains were found in the burnt wreckage of a house on Friday. The victim has been identified as Delson Palmer from the Pongo Town district. Reports indicated that the fire of unknown origin started around 12:02 p.m. and quickly engulfed the dwelling. Firefighters later brought the blaze under control and shortly after found Palmer's remains amid the debris. The value of the house has not been disclosed and it remains unclear whether the property was insured. The Silo police are investigating. Woman who allegedly attacked a man and damaged his home charged. A 37-year-old woman accused of attacking a man and damaging his home in Topel, Sligoville, St. Catherine has been charged. Karen Allen, a laborer from the community, has been charged with malicious destruction of property and assault occasioning actual bodily harm. Reports from the Sligoville police are that on Tuesday, February 4, Allen got into an argument with a man and began throwing objects at his house, damaging the roof, windows, and the front door. When the man allegedly attempted to stop her, Allen allegedly struck him on the arm with a stick. A report was made to the police and Allen was later arrested. Man killed after truck crashes into his vehicle. A 25-year-old man was killed after a truck crashed into his car on Cotton Tree Road in Trelawney on Friday. The deceased has been identified as Demoy Wright, a resident of Queensland District, Albertown in the parish. The Ulster Spring police say the incident occurred around 2 p.m. when the driver of the truck, which was heading towards Albertown, allegedly lost control of the vehicle. The truck overturned and collided with Wright's Toyota Vitz motor car, which was traveling in the opposite direction. Police and the fire personnel had to cut Wright's body from the wreckage of his car. The truck driver has been warned for prosecution. Spanish Town travel agent charged with ganja possession. A Spanish Town travel agent has been charged with possession of ganja and dealing in ganja after police allegedly found 43 cups containing the substance at her home. Fiona Burke, 50, otherwise called Tina, of Seville Avenue, was charged following a police operation on Friday. The Spanish Town police report that the discovery was made about 6:15 a.m. as detectives from the St. Catherine North Criminal Investigations Branch executed a warrant at Burke's home. Burke was taken into custody and later charged following a question and answer session. Vaz slaps vlogger Stevens with a cease and desist letter, threatens lawsuits. An attorney representing Member of Parliament Darrell Vaz has issued a letter to controversial vlogger Andre Stevens, threatening a lawsuit over perceived defamation. The letter from attorney Catherine J. Minto claims that on or about February 20, 2025, Stevens caused a video and audio recording to be posted on his social media platform, which are defamatory of Vaz, who is also the Minister of Science, Energy, Telecommunications and Transport. It claimed that the post features Vaz's name and a photograph of his family and makes false claims that they are the corrupt beneficiaries of an alleged violation of a directive by the Financial Services Commission, which forbade the transfer and the sales of assets owned by Stocks Anti-Securities Limited, which is now in receivership. According to the attorney, the statements published by Stevens have caused her client, his wife, son, and daughter-in-law to suffer severe embarrassment and distress. My client is a respected member of parliament with approximately 4 decades of service to his country. The groundless and the false allegations that you have published have jeopardized the reputation that my client has developed and earned by his work ethic, public service, and commitment, Minto wrote in the letter. The letter stated that to avoid illegal action pursuant to Section 11 of the Defamation Act 2013, Stevens may offer to make amends by 1. The publishing of a detailed apology on all your social media platforms, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, X, etc., and which said apology must remain on these platforms for at least 30 days. 2. The apology must be in written and video format. 3. The apology must include the matters at E to E above. 4. An immediate removal of the offending post and a promise to refrain from making any statement defamatory of my client in the future. 5. The payment of a specified sum or an offer of compensation. And 6. A public acknowledgement that you have submitted a written offer to make amends. Additionally, Stevens is being asked to cease and desist and resist the urge to make or facilitate any further defamatory statements against my client and his family. He has been given 7 days from the date of the letter to submit a written offer to make amends. The letter concluded, if you fail, refuse, or neglect to submit a written offer to make amends, we will proceed to initiate a legal action against you in the Supreme Court to include aggravated and exemplary damages without a further communication to you. It's not the first time that Stevens, known for his often loud styles and antics, has found himself in trouble with the law. In October 2023, he lost a default judgment in a defamatory suit in the Supreme Court to investment banker Ryan Strachan. Residents call for income after police killing at a determined candlelight vigil. Residents are crying foul after a man was killed by the police during a candlelight ceremony of late reggae artist Determined at his home in Itaberil, Anota Bay on Friday. Dead is 28-year-old laborer Kevin Cunningham of Crab Hall District, Anota Bay. Residents say the killing was carried out in cold blood. However, police reports are that around 9:20 p.m., the St. Mary Operational Support Team went to the venue where the candlelight vigil was being held to shut down the event, which had no permit. The police further alleged that in carrying out their duties, Cunningham brandished a gun at one of the cops, who in response discharged his service weapon and injured the suspect. Cunningham was taken to the Anota Bay Hospital, where he was pronounced dead. Police say a Beretta .40 caliber pistol with a partially erased serial number and a magazine containing 5 live rounds were recovered from the deceased. It is said that 2 cops were also injured in the incident. Residents are disputing the claim that the deceased had a gun and had attacked the policeman. One alleged eyewitness, who identified himself only as artist, slammed the actions of the police as disrespectful to the late Kete drum singer. The thing go on good, and then the police came, a man and a woman, but the man come in the place like a demon upon him, artist said regarding the evening's celebration, which was abruptly interrupted. When I came on, I saw the police moving away with one of the selectors to the van, and he come back. He and the second selector got into an argument, and a tussle transpired between the two. They fell on the ground, and after that, we heard gunshots, and we just saw the selector run one way and the police run towards the gate. Artist continued. I was standing right next to Cunningham, and the police came up in his face and said that he kicked him in his face. I know that young man didn't do anything, and he denied it, but the officer still insisted, and then took out his gun and shot him in his chest. When the youth dropped, he stood over him and shot him again. He added, a cold-blooded murder. Indicom must come in and take statements from the people who were there. The Independent Commission of Investigation is investigating. Thank you everyone for watching. See you tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. for another news update.